Assalamu alaikum, dear friends. How are you? Hope that all is well with you all. This is Gayoor Ahmed with yet another lesson for 6th class, subject English. प्यारे बच्चों, आजकल हम दूसरा लेसन द फ्रेंडली मंगूस पढ़ रहे हैं. And in the previous lesson we saw that this is the story of a farmer, his wife and their pet. The farmer and his wife had a son and they wanted to have a pet for him that would become his companion when he grows up. अजीज तलबा व तालिबात, ये कहानी द फ्रेंडली मंगूस, जैसा कि आप जानते हैं, एक किसान, उसकी बीवी और उनके पेट की कहानी है. ये किसान मियाँ बीवी एक गांव में रहते थे. उनका एक ही बेटा था और वो चाहते थे कि उनके बेटे का कोई साथी भी हो, इसलिए वो एक पेट पालना चाहते थे. और अब आगे का सबक. One evening, the farmer brought with him a tiny mongoose. "It's a baby mongoose," said his wife, "but will soon be fully grown. He will be a friend to our son." बच्चों, एक शाम जब किसान घर वापस आया तो वो अपने साथ एक छोटा सा नेवला भी ले आया, जिसे देखकर उसकी बीवी ने कहा कि ये तो नेवले का छोटा सा बच्चा है, लेकिन कोई बात नहीं, ये बहुत जल्द बड़ा हो जाएगा और हमारे बच्चे का दोस्त बनेगा. Dear children, the farmer husband and wife had decided to have a pet for their son. Therefore, the farmer brought a very small, tiny mongoose with him one evening. Seeing it, his wife said that although it is a baby mongoose, still it will do as it will grow fully soon. Friends, we were talking about the forms of verbs. Generally, we talk about three forms: the present tense, the past tense, and the past participle. That is the first form, the second form, and the third form, or a maximum 4 forms, including the present participle or the ing form. Thus, the 4 forms of the verbs used in this first para that I referred to earlier are live, lived, lived; living, love, loved, loved, loving; say, said, said, saying; grow, grew, grown, growing; and like, liked, liked, liking. But then we saw a form grows also. This is the form which is made by adding s or es to the base and is another present tense form, but it is used with third person singular only. That is, it is used in the present tense with he, she, it, or a singular noun. Then there is the infinitive or the base form. Thus we see that verbs in English have 6 forms. This is generally so, although there are some exceptions, which we will discuss later. Friends, these 6 forms are present tense general, present tense third person singular, past tense, past participle, present participle, and infinitive. Generally, the present tense forms, particularly the present tense general, are called the first form. We can include the present tense third person singular in it as both present tense general and present tense third person singular or present tense forms. The past tense form is called second form, the past participle is called third form, the present participle is called fourth form or ing form, while as the infinitive is called the base form. The infinitives are of 2 types, that is, the bare infinitive and the to infinitive. For example, I will play and I want to play. In the first sentence, I will play, we have used bare infinitive, that is, infinitive without to. Play. While in the second sentence, I want to play, we have used to play, which is the to infinitive. These forms of verbs have their own uses, and each one is used in a different situation. If we are talking of the present time, we do so in present tense, and therefore a present tense form or first form of the verb is used. And as I have already told you that in such a situation, present tense third person singular is used with he, she, it, or a singular noun, while present tense general is used with the others. Then if we are talking about the past time, we do so in the past tense and therefore use a past tense form or second form of the verb. Yet again, if we want to say that the action referred to by the verb is complete, then we use the past participle form or the third form. And if the action is not complete, that is, if it is in progress or going on, then we use the present participle or the ing form of the verb. The past participle and the present participle are used to show the state of completion of the action in all times, that is present, past and future, while for the time we need to use some other verb, a helping verb before the man verb. This shows that we may have to use two or more verbs in a verb phrase to show all the aspects of the action. Its time and state of completion. For example, I ate food a short while ago. In this sentence, ate is a verb. It is the second or past tense form of eat and shows that the action took place at a certain given or implied time. Only one verb is used in it. On the other hand, in the sentence, I am eating food, we have used two verbs. Number one, am, present tense form of be, which shows the time, that is, present time. And number two, eating, present participle of eat, and it shows that the action is not complete, but is going on at the moment. Therefore, in this sentence, we need two verbs, one to show the time of occurrence and one to show that the action is in progress, am and eating respectively. साथियों, हम कहानी का अगला पैरा पढ़ेंगे, उसके बाद verb forms की कुछ और बात होगी. Both the baby and the mongoose grew. In 5 or 6 months, the mongoose had grown to its full size, a lovely animal with 2 shining black eyes and a bushy tail. The farmer's son was still a baby in the cradle, sleeping and crying alternately. बच्चों, जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया कि किसान एक छोटा सा नेवला घर ले आया. ये नेवले का बच्चा और किसान का बेटा दोनों बड़े होते गए. नेवले का बच्चा तो 5-6 महीनों में ही मुकम्मल और भरपूर नेवला बन गया. बड़ा ही खूबसूरत जानवर. उसकी आंखें काली और चमकदार थीं और उसकी दुम लच्छेदार थी, जबकि किसान का बेटा अभी शीरखार बच्चा ही था. वो अपने पालने में कभी रोता और कभी सोता रहता था. Yes, my dear friends, the farmer had brought a baby mongoose. The two babies, that is, the baby mongoose and the farmer's baby son, now started growing together. The mongoose grew to its full size in 5 or 6 months. It turned out to be a beautiful animal with 2 black shining eyes and a bushy tail. But the farmer's son was still a baby. He would sleep and cry alternately in his cradle. Now friends, look at the verbs used in this lesson so far. These are lived, loved, have, said, grows, need, liked, brought, grew, sleeping, and crying. I will give you the three forms of all these verbs: live, lived, lived; love, loved, loved; need, needed, needed; like, liked, liked; have, had, had; say, said, said; grow, grew, grown; bring, brought, brought; sleep, slept, slept; and cry, cried, cried. Friends, did you notice anything special? Yes, there is a pattern in the first four verbs, while for the remaining ones there is no such pattern. Both the second and third forms of live, love, need, and like are made by adding d or ed. On the other hand, the second and third forms of the other verbs, that is, have, say, grow, bring, sleep, and cry, are formed not by adding d or ed. They are made by changing internal vowels with or without changing or adding some consonants. The verbs whose second and third forms are made by adding d or ed are called regular verbs, while the verbs whose second and third forms are made by any other change but not addition of d or ed are called irregular verbs. Dear children, you know that All India Radio is broadcasting this lesson for you. They broadcast the lesson last year also, and they might have broadcast such lessons earlier too. In these sentences, I have used the different forms of the verb broadcast. Ing form in the first sentence, then second form in the second, and the third form in the third sentence. But the second and third forms are the same as the first form. Broadcast is the first form, broadcast is the second form, and the third form too is broadcast. Such verbs whose all the three forms are same are also irregular verbs. Friends, there are about 400 such verbs in English, although only about 200 to 250 are in use these days. Some examples: cut, first form; second form cut, and third form cut. Similarly, put, put, put; hit, hit, hit; hurt, hurt, hurt; and shut, shut, and shut. Friends, as far as the other two forms, that is, the present tense third person singular and present participle forms are concerned, all verbs are regular. The present tense third person singular is formed by adding s or es to the base, while the present participle is made by adding ing to the base. For example, live. Its present tense third person singular is lives, and present participle is living. Similarly, love, loves, and loving. Grow, grows, growing, and sleep, sleeps, sleeping. There is only one exception, and that is be. This verb is exceptional in many ways, which we will discuss in some other lesson. At the moment, let me tell you that the verb be has 8 forms. These are: am, is, was, were, been, being, and be. प्यारे दोस्तों, आज के लिए इतना ही, लेकिन जाते जाते आपके लिए कुछ काम. Language verb. Write the conjugation of the following verbs. Friends, conjugation is the process of forming the different forms of a verb, and we generally talk of the first 3 forms. For example, the verb shop. Its first form is shop, second form is shopped, and third form is shopped. Similarly, live, first form; lived, second form; and lived, third form. Grow, grew, grown. Sleep, slept, slept. Wait, waited, waited. scream, screamed, screamed, cry, cried, cried. Seen is the third form. Its first form is see, saw, and seen. Rock, rocked, rocked, and finish first form, finished second form, and finished is the third form. Now fill in the blanks. Friends, there are 5 sentences with blank spaces. Fill these blank spaces with the given words. My dear friends, that is all for today. We will continue with the same lesson in our next class. Till then, it is goodbye and Khuda Hafiz.